Alright. It's a video game show. It's a video game show. It's not a game show about videos. It's a video game show.
Welcome to the GamerCast Network video game show for Sunday, July 19th, 2008. Whoops, 2009. Very good. This is episode 151. I'm Chad, and this week for the roll call, a question from Mike. If you could make a game based off an existing franchise, but in a new genre, a la Halo Wars, what would it be? And joining us this evening is Keith.
I would do a Warhammer 40,000 role-playing game.
Nice.
It currently exists as an RTS, which is still fun because I think mainly because it's Warhammer 40,000, but I would make it like an actual, Oblivion, Fallout 3 kind of role-playing game. Preferably with other people and without a monthly fee.
And also joining us is Phil.
How about Gears of War and mix that with Blood Bowl to make a real-time strategy football game?
A Gears of Blood Bowl.
A Gears of Bowl.
Gears of Bowl.
And finally joining us is Ivan.
I would make a role-playing game based on, like, the Warcraft 3 universe.
Okay, don't they have such a beast?
Shut up!
Oh, I see where you're going. I was confused for a moment, like, wait a minute, they already have that? It's called Warcraft?
It would be an entire world of the Warcraft universe.
Dude, I think you have a hit there. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I would say that would be a huge success.
I would do, like, it'd have to be on the PC, because I don't like shooters on the 360 as much, but a Fallout... I've been playing Fallout, so I've got that bug again. But a Ghost Recon in the Fallout universe.
Ooh, that would be cool. Like an actual FPS in a post-apocalyptic world.
Right, like a tactical shooter, not a Twitch shooter like Unreal Tournament, but more like Vegas. Fallout's got a lot of guns. You've got the weapons specialist kind of thing. You'd have to throw away like the whole VAT system thing, or maybe you could implement it, I don't know. But like I said, like Ghost Recon, it's big open areas, except that it's all post-apocalyptic ruins everywhere.
Still just a lot of drab brown and bring over like Ding Chavez.
No, not Ding. Not Ding.
No, not Ding?
I'm not a fan of Ding. His name is Ding. Who names their kid Ding?
The Chavez.
Chavez, yeah. Maybe it's short for like Dingleberry.
Dingnaldo Chavez.
Actually, Ding is his nickname, according to Wikipedia. It's actually Domingo Chavez. Nickname is Ding.
Ah, get it? Domingo. Even though Ding is not anywhere in there.
Let's see. I'll take the Flight Sim Wing Commander.
Oh, for God's sake.
And I'll mix it with an arcade kind of arcadey game. So it's nothing like Wing Commander anymore. Then I'll put it on Xbox Live Arcade and call it Wing Commander.
An arcade kind of arcadey game?
Geez.
I hate EA and what they did to Wing Commander. But let's see. What other one can I do besides? Let me be serious for a second and think and...
Nope, got nothing. That works.
Think and fail. Okay, so we'll go with the Wing Commander thing.
Okay, no, you know what I want? Take Diablo and cross it with Puzzle Quest and make some kind of action or role-playing game with puzzles, which they're already doing. So it's not even an original answer, sorry.
Well, they're technically already doing Warhammer 40k, but again, who knows what fruit may bear from that tree.
Bear fruit.
Bear fruit.
With giant claws.
You open it and you get mauled. Just a giant bear paw comes out, like the donut bear paw comes out and just hits you across the face.
Makes your face all sticky from sugar and cinnamon.
And then real bears come and find you, because now you're covered in cinnamon sugar.
This week on the GamerCast Network. On Podcastle, the host will talk about the same games and peripherals that they talked about exactly a year ago. This week, Podtoid will briefly discuss Penn & Teller's mini-documentary on video games before likely devolving into the unstructured mess of news commentary as it usually does. Uncle Gamer Radio is back with episode 119. Paris is joined by the post-game report crew and GHR Maverick from Gamer Husbands Radio for a discussion on Modern Warfare 2, Fight Night Round 4, and a very special rant from the balcony. The Gamertag radio staff celebrates episode 200 with the Community Vibes 5 date, a roundtable discussion about their best interviews, and more. Discover the community that brings you all these great podcasts and more at GamerCastNetwork.com.
Next topic.
Okay, well, since none of us played any new games this last week...
Well, what new games were there even out, really?
I don't know. I'm trying to think what new games were there out.
You know what we should do on the forum? Someone should start a, coming out this week kind of thing and just list all the games that are coming out for the week.
I do.
he does.
I know.
I have little pictures and stuff.
I know you do. One would think that the person who posts that would know what came out last week.
Last week was NCAA football.
Secret of Monkey Island.
There was one game that at least Keith might like, but it's a PSP game.
I don't own a PSP.
That's the thing, yeah. It was called Holy Invasion of Privacy Badman. What Did I Do to Deserve This? A Japanese cult classic game that came over here. It's like a dungeon simulator kind of game. You're like the god of destruction or something like that, and you have to protect the evil warlord or evil lord of a castle, and you have to make a dungeon and put him somewhere in there, and then the enemies come in and try to kill that evil warlord. Well, you have to plot the path to get to the warlord and then put the enemies in the way. It's kind of like Dungeon Keeper in a way.
Is Batman in that game at all?
No, Badman.
Otherwise...
Badman.
Badman.
Oh, I thought it said Batman. I was going to say, because that seems like an awfully large copyright infringement.
Oh, I will say, though, I did not know that stores have a kiosks for that Batman Arkham Asylum game.
Ooh.
I actually played it last night for a little while.
Oh, so you did try something new.
I was at Walmart last night just walking around, and I walked by the PlayStation stuff. The screen looked like Batman. I said, why is Batman, in a game? And then I realized, oh, it's the Arkham game. The demo was very restricted. It was basically only you're in a room with about 20 guys fighting them all.
And how does that work?
The combat system seemed pretty good. What it was is you have your punch, you have there was no instruction, so I was guessing on all this stuff. There's a punch, and then there's a counter move, where whenever a guy would come towards you and try to start up, you push the counter move, and Batman would immediately just do a counter to that move and block it. Like, a guy was coming behind him, he was about to throw a punch, and then you push the counter button, and he grabbed his arm, and then elbowed him in the chest. The problem is, that counter move seems very godlike. I mean, I had no problem taking out this group. Now, it could have been because that's the way you set the demo.
Or it could be that you're Batman.
Well, yes. My only concern would be, after playing that demo, would be that'd be a bit too easy. You took out one room of guys, and the Joker came over the thing saying, here are harder guys to fight. And the next group didn't seem any harder. But I was always pushing that counter move. I mean, it looked very stylized, very nice. You actually felt kind of like Batman, because whenever you see Batman fight in the comics or in the animated series like that, he can see the move coming from a mile away and take the guy out.
Yeah, it's bat sense.
Bat sense. Actually, you could put yourself in some sort of a bat sense mode where you see wireframes of all the people you're fighting. Well, skeleton see-through of all the people, and then it's easier to see them.
Like the cell phone thing.
Like the cell phone thing. God, that was stupid. Anyways, my only concern would be it just seems a bit easy in the fights, but that just could be because it was a demo.
What kind of game is that there now? Is it like a brawler fighty game?
It sounds like a Metal Gear-ish kind of brawler, where you're half stealth, half going around, beating people up. I think you're fighting all the major villains: Poison Ivy, Killer Croc, Joker, Zaz.
Zaz?
Zaz. It's one of the rogues. He cuts himself after every murder. Mr. Zaz.
His name is really Mr. Zaz?
Z-S-A-S-Z.
Hey, right on. Okay.
I'm not making this crap up.
I'm not saying you are. I'm just... That is weak.
Let me guess, he does a whole thing with stuff being backwards.
No, I don't think so. He just kills people and carves his body up. He's littered with, like those, scratch marks.
Hash marks, yes.
Hash marks, yes.
I'm covered in hash marks. People keep trying to kick field goals from I don't know where I was going with that, but it still momentarily amused me, so.
Next topic.
So, Ivan, you're playing Fallout 3. Is that because you picked up this expansion that came out recently?
I did not pick up any expansions. I really, really, really liked the game a lot and felt bad that I never played it more, mainly because you're just playing too much Warcraft. So I decided to go back and play it. I never finished the main story. There's 4 expansions already.
You enjoying it, going back to it there, Ivan?
Oh yeah, a lot. There's some really just cool parts. There's a whole holodeck kind of area. I don't want to give anything away, but there's this whole area where you get sucked into, I forget what they were called. Some kind of chambers.
The Chamber of Secrets.
And you sit in this thing and it's like the Matrix. It plugs you into the Matrix, but when you get in there, you're like this 5-year-old kid. There's just this whole bizarre, whacked out totally messed up.
Bizarro world.
Well, yeah, you talk with this little girl, and this little girl makes you do bad things.
So the little girl made you do the bad things.
She does, yeah, because you're so it's part of the main quest. You're trying to find your father. You go. It's one of those stupid things where you go here. Oh, you just missed him. Eventually, you go to another vault, Vault 112, and when you get there, instead of finding your father, you find a robot who tells you that you have to plug yourself into the Matrix. So you do, and that's how you kind of get into this whole Bizarro universe, and it's just, oh my god.
It's bizarre.
It is disturbing. If you're playing a straight-laced, perfectly good person, it won't be any fun, but if you are evil at all, or just kind of like apathetic, like, I'll kill somebody if they're in my way kind of thing, it's messed up, but a lot of fun.
That game is, that game is a lot of fun.
And it's gotten much easier, because I've, like, pegged my, like, small arms and something else skills all the way to 100. So there I am with like the sniper rifle, and I'm getting critical headshots from way too far away, and like one-shotting these big giant super mutant things, and I'm only like level 12 or something like that. I think it goes up to 20 without getting any of the expansions.
Oh, the expansion increases the caps?
One of them does. Like I said, there's 4 add-ons that you can get. One of the add-ons is, I think it's the Pit. It's one of the bigger ones, and it ups the level cap to 30, I think.
Okay, so let's cover a couple stories, and then we got mail.
Bag.
Not yet. Hold off.
Oh my god!
What?
I was looking at achievements for Fallout because I was trying to find something, and I realized that there's an achievement that you can get because, you know, you can pickpocket like you could in Oblivion. You kind of go into sneak mode and you squat down and you sneak up behind somebody and you can pickpocket them. Well, I realized when you do that, it opens up like the split screen thing, like it does if you're buying items. There's an achievement for placing a grenade or a mine while you're pickpocketing. So I just realized how awesome that is. You can like pickpocket somebody and take something from one side and swap that for a grenade.
Put a grenade. Where are you running to? Nowhere.
I'm going to have to try that next time I play.
Next topic.
Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 Prestige Edition. Do we care about it?
Oh, yeah, I posted something on that because I saw that. It's ridiculous. It comes with friggin' night vision goggles.
Yes, yes.
Oh, is that the night vision goggles? Yeah.
Okay, so here's what it is. So this November, I think, is when Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 comes out. And for it, they're releasing a Prestige Edition, and it's $150, and you get a steel box, an art book, a download code for the original Call of Duty over Xbox Live Arcade, and you get night vision goggles that can see up to 50 feet in the dark, along with a numbered stand to hold the goggles on.
Look out, hot neighbor.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, what do they think kids are going to be doing with night vision goggles? You know, I'm going to wait for the first burglary or murder or something.
Yeah, and they find out that they used night vision goggles, and when they find out that they got them from a video game. Ugh.
No, you know what? I'm sure we'll get some good YouTube, like, college prank stuff.
Well, I don't know. I mean, I think night vision goggles are pretty easy to come by.
Yeah, that's the thing is when this story first came out, people were saying that, you know, a good pair of night vision goggles, a decent pair of night vision goggles, not good, not obviously army good, but a decent pair can run you like $70, $80. So it's not really that hard to get.
But really, how many people are going to drop $70, $80 on its own to get night vision goggles?
That's true.
People are going to be like, oh, they come with the game, I'll get it then, because, you know, it comes with the game.
Then people are very lazy. You can just go to eBay and buy a pair of night vision goggles.
Yeah, people are lazy. This surprises you how?
No, it doesn't surprise me at all. So, no one here is getting the Prestige Edition because no one here gets collector's editions anymore, eh?
I'm probably not going to get Modern Warfare 2 regardless of the version just because I probably won't play it. The single-player game really wasn't all that great. I mean, it was okay. It absolutely excelled in online multiplayer. You know, that and Halo 3 were constantly fighting for a top spot. That's how good Modern Warfare was. And I don't think that I'm going to be dedicating the time to play online multiplayer. Now, if I was, though, I don't think I would get the super sweet, awesome night vision goggle edition. So I could put my night vision goggles next to my cat helmet from Halo. Or maybe figure out a way to duct tape the night vision goggles onto the cat helmet to make a...
Ninja cat helmet. But I guess, you know, cats can already see in the dark. Well, not complete darkness.
They could probably see more than 50 feet, too, so...
Well, a new way to torment the cat. Put it on and turn the lights on.
True.
Actually, just put it on, and it doesn't even matter. The cat's going to go nuts when you put something on its head. Bad things are going to happen with this, and then someone will be getting sued because you will literally have some kind, some like 17-year-old kid or 19-year-old college kid that's going to be sitting there outside like the girls' dorm being bad, doing naughty things.
Next topic.
Do we care about shock therapy in China to cure internet addiction?
Oh, God bless those Chinese.
So, there's a clinic in northern China where they offered a program to stop internet addiction. It was a 4-month course that cost about $900 per month. They used medical and psychological things to cure your internet addiction. On top of, if you broke any of their 86 rules, you would be shock therapied. These rules included things such as prohibitions on eating chocolate, locking the bathroom doors, taking pills before meals, or sitting in Dr. Yang's chair without permission.
What does eating chocolate have to do with
That's bad,
internet
man.
addiction?
Chocolate's bad.
They weren't really clear in the article as to how these 86 rules applied to the internet thing, but hey, the whole goal of the program was to say that you're cured or reborn. They called it being reborn, was for you to admit that you were addicted to the internet. These people weren't admitting to it.
And that starts by not eating chocolate.
Yes. So about 3,000 people were sent to this, and actually these were young people, kids. Parents were sending their kids over there with full knowledge that they might get shock therapied if, they ate the chocolate.
Would you like some chocolate? Shock the out of them now!
I guess apparently once word got out about this thing that the Ministry of Health in China actually shut down this clinic.
Oh, really? Why? It seemed perfectly fine to me.
Well, they were concerned with the side effects of shock therapy to people.
Really?
Pansies.
Can't imagine why. So was it just admitting that you have a problem, not curing you? Because, is the point that you could never use the internet again?
The article said that they considered them cured or quote-unquote reborn once they admitted their addiction.
Gotcha. So you pay $875 a month for 4 months to admit that you have a problem, and then you have to go find somebody to help fix your problem. I'm thinking after the first electroshock therapy thing, I'm going to be like, yep, I got a problem.
Yeah, my problem is you're shocking me.
Right. I got a problem with the internet. That's fine. We're cool. No more shocks.
Yeah, that still doesn't make sense. And I also like General Zod there, who shocks people for sitting in his chair. Kneel before Zod! Shock him if he does not. That's brilliant. I love Asians. They bring so much joy to my life in just humor.
You know, it'd be interesting is if they didn't disclose what the 86 rules were, and they kind of had to go along and figure out what they could and could not do.
Oh, you'd find them out pretty quick, I think.
If you feel a shock coursing through your body, you've broken a rule.
Next topic.
Okay, let's go to the mail.
Mail!
Bag!
You both sounded like you were going to vomit.
Yeah.
Oh, hey guys, it's David. I think I called you before, like episode 80-ish. What the I don't remember. Anyways, this guy that I hate's birthday, what the hell, he invited me to his party. I need to get him something. What's the shittiest game ever for the Xbox 360 so I can go get that for him? Alright, thanks. See you. Bye.
Space Giraffe off the top of my head. But that's XBLA.
Yeah. Two Worlds was pretty bad. Oh, Deadliest Catch. That game isn't even playable. And it's a full-blown 360 retail game.
I've never actually played that. Have you?
Yeah, because we went down to, Seattle for the MVP thing, right around the time that the game was coming out. And they gave us free copies. Words don't describe how awful. Absolutely awful. It's a tie, though. Between Two Worlds and Deadliest Catch, I put the game in, played for maybe 3.5 to 5 minutes, and then said, this is so awful, I will not even play it any longer, and took it out.
Better yet, buy him Seen It without the controllers.
You could still probably play it with the regular Xbox controller.
Oh, that would...
Yeah, you
that
can.
sucks then. That takes away that thing. Buy him, what is it? Lips? Whatever without the mics. And just buy him the game. The lip-syncing game without the mics.
You can use the XBLA headset.
Damn it!
Metacritic actually put Deadliest Catch around 50%, 56.
Wow, Two Worlds is 50. I can't believe Two Worlds is at a 50%. My God.
That's probably because only 2 people voted for it.
But yeah, so we would go with Vampire Rain, Two Worlds, or The Deadliest Catch.
And those are just based... I mean, obviously there's Metacritic scores that are much, much lower. I'm looking at some of them now.
We've all played at least those 3 games, so we can attest to their badness. Vampire Reign was so bad. It was so bad.
Wasn't that the one that, like, Chris played, though, because achievements were easy to get?
Yeah.
Next topic.
An email from Matthew. Me and my friends are starting a podcast about media and mostly games. I was wondering if you had any tips for beginners. Also, feel free to give us a ham sandwich or share a dream pie.
No. See, you get an apathy cake for that, mister.
Edit. Find a Chad and edit.
And keep it under an hour.
Personally, I think a half hour is the sweet point.
If it's a 2-hour podcast, I won't even listen to it.
Well, if it's 2 hours of fast-paced content and hard-hitting...
But that wouldn't be the norm.
Yeah, but even if it's professionally edited, full quality, 2 solid hours of good content...
Then chunk it up over days and put it out.
Yes, do it that way. Either day, every other day, 3 times a week, once a week, whatever. Don't dump a 2-hour podcast on me, because I'm not going to listen to it in one chunk. And I'm not going to remember where I left off, that kind of crap. And it's going to annoy me, and it's going to make me not want to listen to your podcast. So, yeah, if it's got to be 2 hours, if you're, like, interviewing...
Jesus.
Yeah, or Cliffy B or some crap like that, and it's 2 solid hours of awesome stuff, break it up. And then Chris's favorite is pick a release schedule and stick to it. Because nothing's more annoying than, having 2-3 months of once a week podcasts and then not have something for 3 months, because people will remove you from their downloading feeds and they'll never come back.
Even if you don't put anything out, great. Put something out on a weekly basis.
We've done that, where we've literally put out, like a 10-minute podcast?
Not even that. It was Christmas or something like that. We put out something or another that said, Merry Christmas from everyone, see you later.
I think that was this last one when I broke my shoulder, and I said, I broke my shoulder, we're not having a show.
Goodbye.
It was like 2 minutes, that's about it. But you just, on a regular release schedule. I mean, when you start doing podcasts, you're kind of like, you want commitment from your listeners to listen, but you're also giving back to them, and you want to make their lives easy by having a standard release time.
Yeah, it's no different than a TV show that you like. If a new TV show comes on, and you like it, and then it's not on again for 3 months. In 3 months, are you going to remember if it's on? Or even if you do, you know what I mean? It's the same thing. Or at the very least, that's more for getting and keeping numbers. But it's something that still, as a beginner tip, that's something you should do.
One last thing. Don't swear. Or if you do it, keep it at a minimum.
Yeah.
It gets tiring after a while and boring.
We swear, but we edit it. But there's just really no need. And you really ostracize a chunk of your audience when you do that.
Oh, and also balance your volumes, too. That's one last note.
We've had a lot of last notes.
Well, yeah, no. Way back in the day, I remember talking about a podcast that was really good, but one guy was really loud and the other one was really quiet, and you literally had to constantly move the volume knob up and down so that you could hear both. And then if you forget, then, you turn it up to hear the quiet guy, and then the loud guy comes on, and it blows out your eardrums. Yeah.
If you don't want to get all into the magic of how it actually works, there are little standalone apps that you can put your little file through, and it will level everyone automatically. It's not the greatest in the world, but
it's better than nothing.
And that was Video Game Show episode number 151 for Sunday, July 19th, 2009. Anybody have any, ham sandwiches, share dream pies, or apathy cakes to give out to the world?
Cheddar dream pie to the eyeball for being so easily damaged.
And once it's damaged, causes many days of unrelated pain. You didn't scratch your head, your brain, so why does your head hurt? You know what I mean? It's like if you scratch your finger, the only thing that hurts is your finger. But no, you scratch your eyeball, and now your eyeball hurts, and you have a headache, and light hurts your eyes.
It sucks.
Stupid eyeball.
Eyeballs suck. They need to be better built. Lizards have the right idea when it comes to eyeballs, how they're like kind of chitinous.
With the thin film that comes over the eye plus the eyelid.
Exactly. That's a good thing. Cats kind of have that extra membrane there. They know what's up. But just because we have an opposable thumb, we don't need to use our eyes? I mean...
Well, one could argue. Now, I'm playing devil's advocate here, so don't get mad at me. But one could argue that with opposable thumbs comes increased intelligence, which would generally lead you to not walking into things that would poke you in the eye.
No, I didn't walk into anything. I think I actually scratched it while I was sleeping. Because I went to bed with a normal eye, and I woke up
With a broken one.
with a broken one.
I went to bed with a perfectly functioning eye.
And when I woke up, it wasn't functioning.
It was defective.
I've got one of everything here. Shattered Dream Pie to Duff for allegedly turning in his 360 for a Nintendo Wii. Ham sandwich to Duff's little girl, who's going to get a Wii and probably play that sometime in the near future. And then an apathy cake for that Nintendo Wii that's going to sit on the shelf when it doesn't get played.
And as usual, send your comments, questions, queries, concerns, or roll call question to the mailbag at mailbag@videogameshow.org, Skype us at videogameshow, or call us at 320-300-GAME. That is a standard long-distance call and all normal fees apply. And that's a wrap. Good night. Oh, you're kidding me.
What?
Bob just came on. Well,
I remembered there's a show! I'm already high.
and that was episode 151 for Sunday.
Wait. I need to contribute. There. That it's just like I was here the entire episode.
Did you forget or were you busy?
I was busy.
Oh, well.
So I can probably not record. Okay.
No,
I'm
you don't
ready.
have to record.
Turn that off.
Fine.
So didn't need that.
You know what, dude? Kudos for showing up, though. I give you credit for that one.
Current audio file not saved. Save changes? No.